This is Lacy Robertson, the hardest working woman in mortgage and real estate nationwide, and I'm here to bring you this week's report of California companies that will be laying off a significant amount of workforce where we received and processed their notice between July 3rd and July 16th. Now, if you're new to me, before I ask you to like, share, comment, and do all those wonderful things along with subscribing to my channel, you're probably wondering, what does layoff information have to do with mortgage and real estate? I'm glad you were pondering that question, and I'm happy that I have an answer. So it was many, many years ago. I was super excited. I was getting ready to purchase a piece of property. The seller was excited. They were getting ready to get the proceeds from the sale of their property. I signed my loan documents, and if you ever purchased property before, when you're signing loan documents, there's no rescission period. Unlike a refinance, you got 3 days to kind of think about it, look over the documents, make sure this is what you want to do and what you want to sign up for. So I signed loan documents. I go back to work hours later. I find out myself and 399 other people were getting laid off that day. No warning, no nothing. You can only imagine what was going on in this mind of mine. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't buy this house. I don't have a job. How am I gonna make the payment? Da, 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 da. All of that stuff, right? And so that is the reason why I share this information. One, and it's twofold. There's two reasons why I share. One, I don't want you to be caught off guard like me. Like if I can help somebody, at least know that their company is laying off, know the location. Of course, I don't have the employees' names or anything. That would be nice. So I could give you a personal heads up. But if I can let you know that your company is laying off, the location, how many, what would you do differently if there was a possibility that you might get laid off? You don't know if you're in that number, but what would you do differently? Would you dust off your resume, update it and put fillers out there, see if other companies are hiring in your field? Would you start that new business that you've been contemplating on starting, said you're going to start and you never did? Would you write that new book? Would you refinance, consolidate some debt, start saving aggressively? Would you not go on that shopping spree or that lavish vacation? So all those things that we think about that we do on a regular basis, especially when there's no talks of our company getting laid off. But I share this information in advance just in case your company might be laying off. You may want to do some things a little bit differently, right? The second reason why I share this information is I want you to know you don't have to lose your house just because you lost your job or you're facing a financial hardship. I've literally been helping clients for years lower their mortgage payment, make it more affordable so they don't have to exhaust all their savings trying to make their mortgage payment each month. So there you have it. Those are the two reasons. So whether you've had a loss of income due to a death, divorce, illness, injury, layoff, natural disaster, I'm your girl. I've been doing this for years. I got over 18 years in the business. I help people sell property, buy property, finance property, refinance property. And then guess what? When life deals them lemons, when they've had a loss of income, again, whether it's due to a death, divorce, illness, injury, layoff, or natural disaster, I help them make lemonade. I help them avoid foreclosure. I like to say by any means necessary, but I help them avoid foreclosure. So let's get into this list. Actually, before I get into the list, let me share what I was able to help a client achieve. I was able to help a client achieve because I can show you better than I can tell you, right? Um, So this is a client. Let's see. Hopefully you should be able to see my screen by now. If we look over to the right, their previous mortgage payment was $3,452. That included principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. They had an adjustable rate mortgage, and their interest rate was 6.1% at the time. 6.1% at the time. I came in, they got a hold of me, found out that I was really, really good at what I did, and I was able to modify their mortgage, took their payment down to $2,746. including principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. And I modified their interest rate down to 3.350%. Okay, so check this out. I saved them over $654. Saved them over $654. Now, how does that sound to you? If you were, you know, about to get laid off, or you were just recently laid off, or you've, faced a financial hardship, would saving over $600 on your mortgage help you? Well, if it will, and I know it will, I want you to pick up the phone and dial 714-914-7254. Again, that's 714-914-7254. So let me get into this list. We have 37 entries, but we don't have 37 different companies. We have 37 entries. We have several companies that are laying off at multiple locations. Okay, so bear with me. We'll get through this list and I will be out of your hair, at least for this week. Okay, so let's get started. We have the first entries is for San Diego LGBT Community Center. Okay. Oh, and just so you know, I do give this list in alphabetical order. But the San Diego LGBT Community Center is at top because it starts off with the number of the location that they're laying off. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Once I finish that, then everything else will kind of make sense. But they're at the top of the list, just so you know. So here we go. September 6th, 1045, San Diego LGBT Community Center, can't say that fast, is laying off permanently 6 people at 1045 11th Avenue in San Diego. We have 1180 San Diego LGBT Community Center is laying off permanently 3 people at 1180 3rd Avenue, Suite C1 in Chula Vista. 131 San Diego LGBT Community Center is laying off permanently 1 person at 131 Avocado Avenue in El Cajon. 134 San Diego LGBT Community Center is laying off permanently 1 person at 134 Grapevine Road in Vista. 1640 San Diego LGBT Community Center is laying off permanently 7 people at 1640 Broadway in San Diego. 1807 San Diego LGBT Community Center is laying off permanently 5 people at 1807 Robinson Avenue, Suite 106 in San Diego. 3045 San Diego LGBT Community Center is laying off permanently 1 person at 3045 Bayer Boulevard, Suite D-101 in San Diego. September 6th, 3636 San Diego LGBT Community Center, laying off permanently 20 people at 3636 5th Avenue, Suite 300 in San Diego. Yes, September 6th. 3851 San Diego LGBT Community Center is laying off permanently 1 person at 3851 Rosecrans Street in San Diego. September 6th. 3778 San Diego LGBT Community Center is laying off permanently 3 people. 3878 Old Town Avenue in San Diego. September 6th. 3909 San Diego LGBT Community Center is laying off permanently 60 people at 3909 Center Street in San Diego. September 6th. 460 San Diego LGBT Community Center, laying off permanently 1 person at 460 Magnolia Avenue, Suite 100 in El Cajon. And then September 6th, 520 San Diego LGBT Community Center is laying off permanently 1 person at 520 North Coast Highway, Suite 102 in Oceanside. Moving right along, we have August 31st. Activision Blizzard is laying off permanently 73 people at 16215 Alton Parkway in Irvine. You have July 29th, All Right Leasing Inc. is closing permanently, laying off 132 people at 950 South Coast Drive, Suite 110 in Costa Mesa. September 12th, Best Buy Health is closing permanently, laying off 161 people at 2200 Faraday Avenue, Suite 100 in Carlsbad. The next few entries is for Blue Shield of California. Blue Shield of California, okay? September 23rd, Blue Shield of California is laying off permanently 2 people at 3021 Reynolds Ranch Parkway in Lodi. September 23rd, Blue Shield of California is laying off 11 people at 3840 Kilroy Airport Way in Long Beach. September 23rd, Blue Shield of California is laying off permanently 70 people at 601 12th Street in Oakland. September 23rd, Blue Shield of California is laying off permanently 3 people at 3300 Zinfandel Drive in Rancho Cordova. September 23rd, Blue Shield of California is laying off permanently 2 people at 4700 Becelli Lane in Redding. September 23rd, Blue Shield of California is laying off permanently 2 people at 3131 Camino del Rio, Suite 1300 in San Diego. Yes, September 23rd, Blue Shield of California is laying off permanently 32 people, 4205 Town Center Boulevard, Building B in El Dorado. September 23rd, Blue Shield of California, laying off permanently 6 people at 4203 Town Center Boulevard, Building C in El Dorado. September 23rd, Blue Shield of California, laying off permanently 10 people at 6300 Canoga Avenue in Woodland Hills. September 26th, Corteva AgriScience is laying off permanently 4 people at 901 Lover Ridge Road in Pittsburgh. September 15th, we have Gatton is closing temporarily. They are laying off 96 people at 5794 West Las Positas Boulevard in Pleasanton. September 13th, International Paper Company is closing permanently, laying off 71 people at 6211 Descanso Avenue in Buena Park. September 10th, Levi is closing permanently, laying off 276 people at 135 North Grand Avenue in Los Angeles. September 12th, LMB Mortgage Services, Inc., also known as or doing business as LowerMyBills.com, is laying off permanently 38 people at 12181 Bluff Creek Drive, Suite 250 in Playa Vista. Just got a few more here. We have McDonald's Restaurants is closing permanently. Is this right? Oh, no, temporarily. I thought so. So September 8th, McDonald's Restaurants of California is closing temporarily, laying off 87 people at 341 South Vermont Avenue in Los Angeles. September 15th, Mental Health Association in San Francisco is laying off permanently 198 people at 870 Market Street, number 658 in San Francisco. September 7th, Pacira Biosciences, Inc. is laying off permanently 71 people at 10450 Science Center Drive in San Diego. August 9th, Paramount Global is laying off permanently 48 people at 1575 North Gower Street in Los Angeles. You have August 9th, Paramount Global is laying off permanently 61 people at 555 Melrose Avenue in Los Angeles. September 9th, Quanix Home Shield LLC is closing permanently, laying off 15 people at 13611 Santa Ana Avenue in Fontana. Last, not least, is on September 10th, University of Southern California is laying off permanently 55 people at 3551 Truesdale Parkway in Los Angeles. And that is the end of this week's list of California companies that will be laying off a significant amount of workforce, where we received and processed their notice between July 3rd and July 16th. Now remember, if you have experienced a loss of income due to a death, divorce, illness, injury, layoff, or natural disaster, I have good news for you. You don't have to lose your house just because you lost your job or you're facing a financial hardship. I've been helping clients for years lower their mortgage payment, make it more affordable so they don't have to exhaust all their savings trying to make their mortgage payment each month. I'm Lacy Robertson, the hardest working woman in mortgage and real estate nationwide. I look forward to working with you and for you. And until then, have a blessed day.